Hi, and welcome to the SAMR model. My name is Savannah. I am a student at Indiana University in the Computer Educators program, and today I will be your guide through an explanation and demonstration of what the SAMR model is. So first, a quick introduction to what the SAMR model is, because it is a relatively new thing in the teaching world. And what this is a new model to see how technology can impact the classroom with not just teaching, but with actually also learning. And what this does is there's 4 different types of impact that can be seen as either building blocks or completely separate from each other for teachers to use. So to show each of these building blocks, I am going to use just a simple classroom task as teaching material from students to show you different ways to change this to then go with each different type of the SAMR model. So the first piece we are going to work with is substitution, and what this is using technology as a direct tool but with no functional change in the classroom. So what this is if a teacher is presenting information to the students that they have read in their textbook, instead of just standing in front and teaching the information, they would also teach the information from a PowerPoint, which adds a visual cue, adds visually what the teacher is presenting about. So there's no functional change. And then the next piece of the puzzle is augmentation, which is very similar to substitution, but there is a functional improvement with using the technology. So there's an improvement of either teaching or learning for the students. And with this one, you would still use a PowerPoint, but instead you'd have the PowerPoint be accessible for all your students, and then they would have to fill in the blanks throughout the PowerPoint while you teach the lesson, so that the students are actively involved, actively listening and receiving the information. The next piece of the SAMR model is the modification, and what this does is it takes technology and completely redesigns the traditional task. So instead of standing in front of your students and teaching a lesson, creating a podcast where you teach the lesson on the podcast that then you have accessible to the students, lets the students go back and watch the video if they didn't understand in class, or it could be something you show in class that then they have a worksheet that they have to go along to and work, and you can work one-on-one with students. So this modifies the traditional task, but then also, which modifies the task but doesn't actually completely change what you're doing. So then the final piece of the puzzle is redefinition, and this is what using technology in the classroom you strive to do, is to completely use technology in a different way that wouldn't be conceivable without using technology. So a way to use this task would be to create a web quest for students to use, or a presentation that they have to follow along that then takes them to different tasks that they can use. So what this presentation could do is present the information in a normal manner, but then also have students watch videos of what the information is about, or view websites that they can gain even more knowledge. And that is about all we have time for today of what the SAMR model is. I hope this has been somewhat educational and has really helped you further understand what the SAMR model is.